This is Lamborghini, the most popular sports car in the world. But why? Why does this one brand dominate others, like Ferrari, Porsche, or McLaren? Ferrari was making sports cars decades earlier. Bugatti builds cars that are faster. Yet somehow, Lamborghini wins the popularity contest. So what is going on? Well, there are 6 reasons that explain that, and the first one is about being one step ahead. Some people are worried about climate change. Lamborghini knows this perfectly and adapts to the trend. But why? Well, let's be real. They don't go green because they care about trees. They do it because it's a money printer. Studies show that 66% of customers are willing to pay more for sustainable products. And among millennials, that number jumps to 73. So simply, being eco-friendly is free money. But it goes even deeper. Luxury car owners want exclusivity. So Lamborghini's new hybrid models are limited production. Undersupply drives demand, and demand drives higher prices. Their first hybrid, the Revuelto, sold out before it even hit the streets. It signals that the owner is the main character. So yeah, going green makes them money, but money alone doesn't build obsession. The real magic happens with the people who can't stop thinking about Lamborghini. Core fans are the foundation of every strong brand. They're the ones who stay excited even after all the hype dies down. For brands like Lamborghini, Apple, or Nike, core fans are the reason they can build long-lasting reputations. They create a kind of ripple effect that attracts others. When loyal fans love a brand, they share it with their family and friends, so it works like organic marketing. These fans also provide essential feedback. They're not shy about sharing what they like or what they think needs improving. Because of this, brands can improve in ways that keep fans satisfied and loyal. And when things go wrong, core fans are usually the first to defend or give a second chance. But in reality, Lamborghini is a big deal because it's everywhere. In videos, music, and on all types of short-form platform. Let's face it, when you think of sports cars, this is probably one of the first brands that come to mind, and that's not by accident. Think about the movies. Lamborghinis have been on the big screens for decades. Fast and Furious, of course. Transformers, yep. Need for Speed, you betcha. Whenever a director wants to show wealth or pure untouchable status, they don't reach for Ferrari, they reach for a Lambo. It's the car that steals the scene. It looks like it belongs to a billionaire who also moonlights as a superhero. Then there are the celebrities. Everyone famous seems to have one. It's like a badge that says, I've made it. When celebs post pictures with their Lambos, their fans go crazy. People buy them because it's the fastest way to say, I have money and I don't care about being practical. On Instagram, even a random picture of a Lambo can go viral. Car pages, influencers, and regular people love taking photos of Lambos they see. On YouTube, people are test driving Lambos and showing off wild customizations. It became a whole genre of content, like an instant magnet for views. But being famous is one thing. Staying legendary is another. This isn't just some brand that spawned one day with expensive cars. It's a legend, and every legend has epic lore. The man who started it all, Ferruccio Lamborghini, didn't come from a rich family. He grew up on a grape farm in a small town, but he loved machines more than picking grapes. After World War II, Italy needed better farming tools, so Ferruccio saw a chance to help. He used leftover war pots to make tractors that farmers could afford. Later, he started Lamborghini Trattori, and it became a big success. By the 1950s, Ferruccio was a multi-millionaire. He started collecting fast cars, including Alfa Romeos, Maseratis, and the famous Ferrari. Ferruccio loved his Ferrari, but he thought it wasn't perfect. The clutch kept breaking, and as a man who knew engines, this annoyed him. So he went straight to Enzo Ferrari, and the conversation looked like this. Your car is great, but it has flaws. What? Oh, it's you. Stick to making tractors, and don't bother me. That comment annoyed Ferruccio, but instead of giving up, he decided to lock in and prove Enzo wrong. He would build a car company of his own and make it even better than Ferrari, and that's how the famous rivalry began. Now, Lamborghini is one of the most famous car brands in the world. When people see that bull logo, they know it means luxury and power. It's almost like having a supermodel girlfriend. Expensive, high maintenance, and you're too scared to park her anywhere without a bodyguard. And because it's made in Italy, the brand has that extra magic. But that rebellious spirit didn't stop with their reputation. You can see it in every Lamborghini ever made. No other brand dares to design like this. I'm sorry, but I have to be honest. You can be the nicest guy around, work hard, hit the gym, eat clean, but at the end of the day, if you're up against someone who's got that look, it's over. Because let's be real, girls go for the pretty one, the one that turns heads by just existing. That's exactly what a Lamborghini does. Let's say you're walking down a city street and you suddenly hear a loud noise. that seems to get louder with every second. You turn your head, and there it is, a Lamborghini sliding past like some beast. The first thing that strikes you, its look. The way they design is about being bold and exciting. Look at those sharp shapes, for example. Most cars has smooth curves that say, I'm friendly, I'm nice, but a Lamborghini? It's like the car was formed with a knife instead of a brush. Then there are the doors. You might think doors are just, well, doors, but on models like the Aventador and the Murcielago, they swing up, not out. These iconic scissor doors are a Lamborghini trademark. Sure, a Lambo costs as much as a house, but who wants walls when you can have doors that open like wings? Other brands have tried to copy it, but no one quite pulls it off like Lambo. Now, look at the car's shape. Lamborghinis are super low, almost touching the ground. It helps the car go faster, but let's be honest, it just looks cool. And the colors? Lamborghinis don't do boring. They come in bright green, orange, and yellow colors that are as saturated as some YouTubers' thumbnails. These cars aren't made to hide, they're made to shine and get everyone's attention. But let's be honest, what brings people together is what these cars can do. Lamborghinis aren't just pretty, they're powerful and built like masterpieces of engineering. The engine under the hood is like a beast waiting to be unleashed. But speed means nothing if you can't control it. That's why many Lamborghinis come with all-wheel drive. It keeps the car steady and gives you more control, even when you're pushing it to the limit. And here's what makes Lamborghinis stand out. They're super powerful, but also easy to drive. That's what makes them so popular with influencers and celebrities. Most of them are terrible drivers. Cars like McLaren might be amazing on a racetrack, but they're tricky to handle. One wrong move and you've got a big repair bill. Lamborghinis, though, hit the sweet spot. It's a car that lets anyone feel like a superstar, no matter how good or bad they are behind the wheel. But even though Lamborghinis are premium, they use some cheaper stuff like plastic to save money. Yep, even these really expensive cars have some parts that aren't so fancy. If you look inside, you'll see things like buttons or panels made of plastic. Why? Because plastic is light and cheap. Using lighter stuff helps the cars go faster and uses less gas. But let's be honest, it's also a way to spend less money when making the car. Most people who buy Lamborghini don't even care. They're buying the feeling of owning a Lamborghini, not just the car. The loud engine, the shiny look, and the cool logo make them feel so happy. They don't notice the small things like plastic button. So Lambos are basically Hot Wheels for adults, made of plastic, overpriced, but hey, they look sick. So why is Lamborghini the most popular sports car brand in the world? It all comes down to what really matters. Looks, marketing, and driving. No other car is as instantly recognizable or as universally loved, especially by kids who grew up seeing their idols flexing with Lambos. And most of these idols can't drive and don't care about track performance. They're all about the looks and how it makes them feel. That's the secret of Lamborghini. It's built to impress, it's easy to drive, and it creates this cycle where the car becomes the symbol of success for both the idols and the fans. That's what makes it the king of sports cars. But will it always stay this way? The world is changing, new brands are rising, governments are pushing for quieter, cleaner roads. So what happens when the Lambo is gone? When the V12 is replaced with silent batteries? Will it still feel the same? Will it still turn heads? Will it still be Lamborghini? Or will the brand fade into history, just another name from the past? If you enjoyed this video, check out another one, doctor who diagnosed cancer in healthy patients to get rich.